Hello, my name is Dr. Katy Pack. I'm a pharmacist at Nature's Pharmacy and Compounding Center, which is located in Fairview Park, Ohio. Today I'm going to talk to you about some basic information you should know about essential oils before you use them. An essential oil is a concentrated substance that's extracted from the plant. It is basically the essence of the plant. It can come from different parts of the plant, such as the root, flower, seed, peel, the leaf, or even the bark of the plant. And sometimes you can take the same plant and using different parts of it get different essential oils. For example, orange oil comes from the peel of the fruit of the orange, whereas neroli oil comes from the blossoms. Now there are different ways that you can obtain the essential oils or extract them from the plant. The most common way that we extract essential oils from the plant material would be steam distillation. During this process, the plant material is placed on a grate over boiling water. The steam from the boiling water rises up through the grate and heats up the oils that are naturally in the plant and causes them to become a vapor or gas form. The vaporized oil and the steam rise up to the top of the chamber and are collected in a tube. They are then passed through a condensing chamber where they're cooled off and they become liquid again. This liquid is then collected, the oil and water will naturally separate out, and the oil can be decanted off of the top. Another method of extracting the essential oils would be expressing or pressing part of the plant. This is very common with our citrus essential oils, so your lemon, bergamot, grapefruit, lime, orange, or tangerine. What they do is they take the peel of the fruit and they press it to extract the oil. Now, all essential oils are what's called volatile, which means they readily evaporate into the air and they have strong individual aromas. Now, they do have therapeutic properties, and these are attributed to the naturally occurring substances or biochemicals that are extracted from the plant. A lot of people have a hard time understanding that there are actual therapeutic benefits from the essential oils, but a great analogy I like to use would be nicotine. Now, this is a chemical or biochemical that we know is normally found in a tobacco plant. When a person smokes a cigarette or wears a nicotine patch, they are either inhaling or getting the nicotine through their skin, and it has an effect on various parts of their body. It affects their breathing, their respiration, their brain, their heart, etc. So just like nicotine, which is a naturally occurring biochemical in tobacco, your essential oils also have biochemicals that have effects on our bodies. These naturally occurring biochemicals are broken down into different categories. Now, different plants will have different biochemicals in them, but they may be in the same category, so have similar properties. So first we have alcohols. Alcohols are known for being stimulating. They have great antibacterial and antiviral properties, and they are tonics. Next, we have aldehydes, which are very irritating to the skin. Any essential oil that has a lot of aldehydes in it should be diluted down before using it on your skin. The aldehydes are known for being anti-infectious, anti-inflammatory, tonic, and calming. Next, we have the esters. They are anti-inflammatory, they have calming and balancing properties, and they're antifungal. The esters are useful in a lot of skincare products, and they are gentle. So if you have an essential oil with a lot of esters in it, usually you can use those on the skin without diluting them down properly. Two essential oils that do have a lot of esters would be chamomile and lavender. So both of these can be used for similar skin conditions and used without diluting them. Ketones have anti-inflammatory, analgesic, expectorant, and stimulating properties. Next, we have the oxides. They are well known for being mucolytic. Two essential oils that have a high percentage of oxides would be eucalyptus and rosemary. So both of these are really good for helping to break up the mucus if you have a respiratory tract infection or other conditions affecting your respiratory tract. Now, the oxides are irritating to the skin, so you do want to make sure you dilute them with a carrier or base oil before applying them on the skin. Next, we have the phenols. Their therapeutic properties are that they're antibacterial and anti-inflammatory. They also can be irritating and should be diluted before applying to the skin. And finally, we have the terpenes. They are very well known for being antiseptic. They're great in cleaning products. The terpenes have a lighter scent that tends to evaporate a little bit more quickly. This is what's called a top note. Now, when people use essential oils, a lot of times they will combine several essential oils together to create a synergistic effect, or to make the overall aroma more pleasing. And this is when you start hearing people talk about base notes, middle notes, and top notes. So a base note essential oil is an oil that's going to be a little bit heavier, its scent is stronger, and going to last a little bit longer. An example of this would be your patchouli oil. If you put a little patchouli oil on early in the day, you will still notice it on you in the evening. Next we have the middle notes, which are commonly your floral scents. Their scent does fade a little bit more quickly than your base notes. And finally, you have the top notes, which scents really don't last very long. They evaporate very quickly. A great example of these would be your citrus, so your grapefruit, lemon, orange, etc. Those scents do fade very quickly. So when you're combining essential oils, you want to do a combination of base, middle, and top notes. The base notes act as a fixative. They help to hold the scents of the middle and top notes a little bit longer. Now, many companies will sell essential oils as a pre-made blend that may be promoted for a specific purpose. For example, they may combine chamomile and lavender to help promote sleep. They may combine grapefruit and orange to help lift the mood, or rosemary and peppermint to help you to focus. The most common pre-made blend out there is called 4 Thieves or Thieves Oil. We carry now essential oils at our pharmacy, and they call it Nature's Shield. And no matter what you call the oil, it's basically Thieves Oil or Nature's Shield is used to boost your immune system and help fight off infection. And the way Thieves Oil got its name is a cute story. Hundreds of years ago, there were some spice merchants that discovered that the various spices that they were carrying on their ships seemed to help boost their immune system. And there was a plague going on in Europe, and they were able to go to the areas where there was a plague and people were dying at high rates, and they would rob the bodies of the people that were dying from the plague, or the dead bodies, and they would then carry their loot onto their ship and sail off to another part of the world. And they did this for quite a while, and finally 4 of these thieves were caught, and they bargained with the king to try to save their lives, and they said that if we told you our secret, will you please release us? And they said that their secret was that they discovered that these various spices and plant products that they were exposed to in the spice trade seem to be boosting their response to fighting off the infection. And so Thieves Oil or Nature's Shield commonly has eucalyptus, rosemary, cinnamon, clove, and lemon, which are all known for helping to fight infection and boost your immune system. This is a great essential oil that people love to use because it really does work. So as I said earlier, some of the essential oils can be irritating when applied directly to the skin without first diluting them. So what do you use to dilute them? Carrier oils. So the carrier oils are also natural oils. They're extracted usually from the nuts or the seeds of the plant. Some examples would be almond, jojoba, coconut, avocado, argan, apricot kernel, olive, and grape seeds. Now the carrier oils are what's called fixed oils. This means that they don't evaporate. They're not volatile like the essential oils, and they can be applied directly to the skin without causing irritation. Usually, as a general rule of thumb, we recommend diluting the essential oils 6 to 18 drops of the essential oil per 1 ounce of carrier. 1 ounce of carrier would be equivalent to 2 tablespoons of your carrier oil. Now, the carrier oils also have their own therapeutic properties. This is a chart that was created by Now Foods, the company that we buy our essential oils from. Along the top, you have the different types of skin, and along the left, you have different oils that are used as carriers to dilute down the essential oils. So, for example, if you have oily skin, good choices for carriers would be apricot, argan, glycerin, grapeseed, or jojoba oil. Now, one thing you may want to take a look at is the jojoba oil. You'll see that it's actually good for all skin types. And that's because jojoba oil is the oil that is most like the oil that our bodies naturally make. Now, when you buy essential oils, you need to look at some things to make sure you're buying a quality product. If an entire range of essential oils is being sold at the same price, most likely it's a low quality line of oils that's been diluted down. They're not 100% pure, because different essential oils should cost different amounts. So, for example, rose oil, it takes about 60,000 rose petals to create 1 ounce or 30 milliliters of your rose essential oil. And roses themselves are expensive flowers. So you would expect rose oil to be more expensive than, say, orange oil, which is readily extracted from the peel of the fruit. Also, you want to make sure that the company you're purchasing essential oils from does perform various quality control checks on their products, such as gas chromatography, optical rotation, or infrared testing. We use Now Essential Oils, and they do all of these tests. They have it available on their website, so we know that it's a high-quality product. Now, several years ago, there were a few essential oil companies that started using the term therapeutic grade. There technically is no certifying body or grading system for essential oils in the U.S. or anywhere in the world. So therapeutic grade is basically just a marketing term. A lot of companies have embraced the term, and when they say that they're therapeutic grade, they basically mean that it's 100% pure. It's not diluted down. But just because a company does not use the term therapeutic grade does not mean that it's of a lesser quality than those that do use that term. Now, when you purchase essential oils, you want to make sure that it's packaged in a dark container to protect it from light, which will oxidize or break it down more quickly. You also want to make sure you're purchasing essential oils that are in glass bottles. Certain types of plastic will leach or release their chemicals into the oil. I have read that PET plastic is the only one that is safe with the essential oils. And then we do recommend buying essential oils that have a dropper top or some kind of container to measure out specific drops. It is significant because sometimes you will notice a difference using just 1 drop of an oil versus 2. One of the things I do a lot with my essential oils, if I feel like I'm coming down with a cold or a cough, I will take a bowl of steaming water and put a few drops of essential oil in, and then place my head over it and put a towel to kind of tent the area so I'm breathing in the steam to get it into my respiratory tract. And one of the essential oils I use is eucalyptus. If I use 1 drop of eucalyptus, I can breathe it in and it feels good. If I use 2 drops, it actually becomes irritating to my respiratory tract. It kind of reminds me of if you were at a bar where a bunch of people are smoking and breathing in that cigarette smoke for hours and the back of your throat just gets scratchy and irritated. That's how I feel if I accidentally release 2 drops of essential oil into my steaming water. So it can definitely make a difference, and it's important to have dropper tops in with your bottles. When you buy the essential oils, you want to look at the label. Ideally, it should state how it was extracted, what part of the plant it came from. You want it to state the Latin botanical name of the plant. Now, this is important because lavender oil is actually 3 different types of lavender are available. And you want to know for sure which type you're using because they have different therapeutic properties and different cautions with them. You also want to make sure you're buying 100% pure essential oil. So you want to look for wording that says that or something similar to it. So this is a test you can do at home to see if the essential oils you have purchased are diluted down with fixed oils or carrier oils. So what I did is I took a piece of construction paper and I put 3 different oils on it. On the left I have my jojoba oil, which I know is a fixed oil. In the middle we have lemon oil. And then on the right I have the jasmine oil that I purchased from Now. Now they do clearly state on the bottle that it is not pure jasmine oil. It is diluted down. They do this on purpose and they label it very clearly, but they do it because jasmine is very expensive. I did not want to pay over $100 for a 1 ounce bottle of essential oil that would be 100% pure jasmine. So I bought this one that was diluted down because I wanted it for some of its therapeutic benefits. So in the top left square here we have the original picture of the 3 drops. On the top right is 5 minutes later, and you can see that the lemon is starting to evaporate, but the jojoba and the jasmine oil are both darker spots. On the bottom left is at 10 minutes. Again, the lemon is evaporating even more. It's barely even visible, while the jojoba and the jasmine oil are still there. And on the right, at 15 minutes, the lemon has basically all evaporated, and the jojoba and jasmine have left stains on the paper. Now, I kind of expected these results because I knew that my lemon was 100% pure and the jasmine was diluted down. But this is something you can do at home to see if the oils you have are diluted. In this example, I used lemon oil, which has terpenes, which are very top note. They evaporate very quickly. So if you used a different essential oil besides lemon, it may take longer for it to completely evaporate. So 15 minutes isn't necessarily your cutoff time. A lot of A lot of people mistakenly think that if something is natural, it's 100% safe. But this is not true. Poison ivy is natural, but it is not something that I would want to be exposing myself to in any significant amount. So the same thing is true with your essential oils. There are certain precautions you should observe when using them. You do want to be sure to dilute your essential oils before applying them to the skin. There are only a few that are gentle enough to apply without diluting them first. And again, we want to do about 6 to 18 drops of essential oil for every 1 ounce of carrier oil. If you do have any kind of allergic reaction or sensitivity, stop using the essential oil. We do not recommend using them on the eyes, nose, or the lips. Again, I want to emphasize that they should be stored out of the reach of children and pets. And then it is important to note that some essential oils can cause sensitivity to the sun, which is called photosensitivity. This can last for 12 hours or longer after applying the essential oil. This is especially true with your citrus oils, so bergamot, lemon, etc. If you use them in the morning and then go out in the sun in the afternoon, you are still more likely to burn than if you didn't use the essential oils. So you always want to be cautious of this. We do not recommend taking essential oils by mouth unless they are administered or prescribed by a qualified healthcare professional that has been appropriately trained in the use of essential oils. Now, there are some companies that do promote taking them by mouth, but it isn't necessary in order to get the effect. So if you remember my analogy about the nicotine and that biochemical from cigarettes, a person does not have to eat the tobacco plant in order for it to affect their body. They can inhale it or use a nicotine patch to get it through the skin. The same thing is true with the essential oils. The biochemicals can get into your body to have an effect without you having to take it by mouth. Some essential oils are actually poisonous when taken by mouth, and most essential oils have antibacterial properties. So if you take them by mouth, they could interfere with the natural bacteria that's in your digestive tract, could cause issues such as diarrhea. So again, we do not recommend taking the essential oils by mouth. Now, when you're using the essential oils, even if you're just inhaling it or using it on the skin, it can affect medical conditions or interact with medications. So you do want to make sure that you educate yourself fully on the nature and use of an essential oil before you use it. You want to be sure to consult reputable references. Don't necessarily believe everything you read online. This is a list I put together of essential oils that are best to avoid if pregnant or breastfeeding. Now, this is not necessarily a comprehensive list, so it is important to consult references and talk to your healthcare providers before using essential oils if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. As I said earlier, children can be very sensitive to essential oils, and sometimes essential oil can be overly stimulating to the respiratory tract or irritating to the skin. So generally, in young babies up to the age of 3 months, you only want to use Roman chamomile, lavender, and mandarin. And as the child gets older, you can start to incorporate more essential oils from the list. And then after the age of 5, it's generally considered safe to use any essential oil that is safe in adults, but you do want to still dilute it down more than you would for an adult. So again, about 1%. Now, when we talk about using essential oils, there are basically 4 different ways you can use them. You can use them to try to affect your mood. This is what's called aromatherapy. You can use them for body care products. You can use them for their health benefits, or you can use them around the home. When you're using essential oils to affect your mood or for aromatherapy, you can just open up a bottle and inhale directly to get a quick effect, or you can use a diffuser, which releases the essential oil into the air over an extended period of time. There are different types of diffusers. They have some that you can plug in, some are battery operated, some come with lights. They even have small ones that you can use in the car or when traveling. You can also put some essential oil into your bath water. Just a few drops will create a pleasant mood. You can also create your own perfume or pillow spray. One of my favorite ways to use essential oils is to create my own body care products. This is nice because you can select essential oils that are right for your skin type and then incorporate them into a basic formula, such as a facial toner, a mask, body scrub, homemade lotions and creams. You can make scalp treatments, foot soaks, or even massage oils. Another thing you can do is take a commercially available product, such as an unscented shampoo or lotion, and add a few drops of essential oils so that you can customize the scent and the therapeutic properties that are right for your body and hair type. Another great use of the essential oils is for their health benefits. You can create a compress by taking a half a cup of hot or cold water, placing a few drops of essential oils in it, and soaking a washcloth in the water. Then remove the washcloth, wring it out, and place it over the problematic area. For migraines and headaches, you can use it across the forehead. If you suffer from menstrual cramps, you can place it on your lower abdomen. And for backaches or any kind of sore joint, you can place it over the site of the pain. You can also use the essential oils for steam inhalation to help with respiratory tract or breathing problems. Take a bowl of steaming water, add up to 12 drops of your essential oils, place your head over the bowl, and then cover it with a towel so that you're breathing in that steam for about 5 to 20 minutes. This will get the essential oils deep into your respiratory tract. You can also apply small amounts of the essential oils topically, such as on acne or insect bites, or you can create a massage oil to rub into a larger area. And finally, you can use the essential oils around your home. There are all kinds of recipes to make your own cleaning products, such as making your own window spray, disinfectant cleaner, laundry soap, etc. You can use them combined with baking soda to make a carpet freshener. You can use them to repel insects and rodents. They're great to use around the garden to make your own potpourri or even your own room spray. So now you've learned some basic information about essential oils so you can get started incorporating them into your day-to-day life. If you have any questions and would like to contact me, you can contact me at Nature's Pharmacy and Compounding Center. Thank you.